Mr. Dan Stammen.
You know, Wayne he's really the Steve Jobs of our company. I mean, the guy is just perfect role, chief visionary officer. He's got an idea, a mile a minute. And I just love that guy, man. He's just, phenomenal. I mean, you guys understand that everything that we do for the most part, it comes out of his brain. There's times where Wayne will come into a meeting and we're just sitting there writing, just taking notes as fast as we can because, he's just so gifted. And I just think about everything that we've done and accomplished. It's all really because he started this vision. So I want to say that I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. It's like I'm back. You know what? And I'm so jealous of the reps. I wanted to come out here and bring like a bigger snake than the one Troy had last time, right? And do that deal. I was looking at this catwalk and I was like, man, Jeff Balf, if he was out here, he'd be running around this thing in circles. But I'm the CEO, so I can't get as crazy as these guys. It's weird seeing you guys here in the pit, man. It's like the pit. I need something to throw at these turkeys. Yeah. Money. And we're throwing money. You know that. You know that. God, where do I begin? And so for those that don't know, I was the first person that Mike and Wayne recruited initially, to join the company as CEO. And, it was just a different day back then. It was a totally different time, different, place that we were. And I think about the team that I had back then. Who's seen the Bad News Bears, right? We kind of had this motley crew in the home office. No, actually, a lot of our employees that started with us are still with us today. But today, it's so much easier because you're going to hear in my talk, and I'm going to highlight a lot of the leaders that we have in the home office. Man, I got the dream team. This is the dream team corporately that are working on your behalf. So we're going to go through that, and I am up for the challenge. I've kind of cleared my calendar. And things are clicking in the home office in a big way. They really are. Can't be more excited for all of us, moving forward. And, one of the things I want to do is just kind of starting things out is just, to be in a position to lead in what we're doing. I look at WorldVentures. We're not a travel company, guys. We're a company that's just changing people's lives all over the planet, and that's amazing. And we have to take stock in those that we care about and love. And I think my family's here somewhere. Where's right there. So, I wouldn't be the guy I am today without my wife and kids. And, please stand up. Jake, Taylor, Tracy, you guys stand up. Give them a shout out. I appreciate you guys so much, everything you do. I basically work hard. I want them to have a better life. And, I just appreciate all the love and that you give me. And I appreciate you guys being here. My son is like he's like the neutralizer in the family, level-headed, very talented, plays the piano. My daughter's kind of like me, flying all over the place, going a million miles an hour. My wife holds it all together and just, keeps everybody on track. And so I just love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Also, I think Tracy's sister, Kelly's here. Kelly, stand up real quick. Hey, let's give a WorldVentures welcome to Tracy's sister, Kelly Williams. She was an incredible salesperson back in the day. She's not in the business. Who's going to sign Kelly up? Somebody. Six-figure income, fresh meat right there. Ready to get started, right? Did you see an opportunity? Are you ready to get started, right? I want to recognize two very special ladies are not with us here today. You can see the slide. My mother is on the right, Hazel Stammen, 83 years old. She lives in Sarasota, Florida, and hopefully I'm going to have her at our 10-year event that's coming up. I won't spill the beans on that one, but I mean, most of everything I learned from my mom. You know, she just instilled in me so much confidence and just, you know, you can be whatever you want, just go for it. And then, you know, in awe of this next person, which is my wife's mother. She passed away a year ago, April, Marge Jabbar, one of the strongest, kindest, most loving people that I've ever met in my life. And we miss her greatly. And just to know that, you know, so it's the people in your lives, guys, that, you know, you need to, you know, show them that you care. Show them that you care. Be there with them as much as you can. And, you know, don't take relationships for granted. I mean, if I can say anything, it's just sometimes life is just too fast-paced. You gotta slow down. You gotta smell the roses and take it all in and just really just be with those that you care about. So, okay, and getting started, do I have you guys' permission to digress just a little bit? I want to kind of go back to the beginning. Now, imagine this. So, my background, 32 years in network marketing, started when I was 10, right? Started when I was 10 years old. Just kidding. Started when I was very, very young, 21 years old. I experienced a lot of success, but I experienced a lot of failure. It was not an easy road for me. Some of you have heard the story. I was the most shy, introverted kid you ever met in high school. I was the kid in high school that always took the 0 on every oral book report. Couldn't do it, couldn't get up in front of a crowd, couldn't speak. And so when I started my networking career, I thought to myself, you know, do I want to quit this? Do I want to go back to college? I convinced 6 of my friends to drop out of school to do network marketing full-time in my first company. And all of us tried to make it work. 2 of us stuck it out. And I tell you what, I didn't enjoy getting the phone calls from the parents that were calling my parents, said, your son convinced my kid to quit school to do this full-time. That was not a fun night. But, you know, oh well, I was I guess an okay salesperson back in the day. And so, but if you do anything long enough, you kind of figure it out. I mean, you got to take baby steps in the beginning, but just keep at it. And you guys know the story. You're going to see a lot of great things this weekend of recognition and people moving farther, faster. But I want to say this. Every company I work with, 5 companies leading up to WorldVentures, they'd all have done over $1 billion in combined sales, right? And some of them are doing billions a year. And here's a lesson to learn. My first company, Wayne mentioned it. We hit that company, hit the ground running, very successful in 5 years, and then they hit a rough patch, okay? They hit some hard times, and, you know, I stuck it out for a while. I spent about $80,000 to $100,000 trying to build my business back to no avail, and that company was flatlined for 5 years, and then they took off again, and last year they did over $5 billion in sales. Now, the reason I share that story with you is because when I think back, had I stayed and stuck it out with the first network marketing company I'd ever joined, I'd only joined one. And so, WorldVentures, we might be in a position with the growth, with everything that's going on. You know, not that there's anything on the horizon. We might have some tough times, right? But you guys know the product, you know the people, you know the leadership, you know our heart's in the right place. And so there's something to be said for staying persistent, consistent, and continuing on the journey when we obviously have the biggest vision out of any company out there. There's no one bigger than what we have at WorldVentures. Do you agree? Yeah. You know, it brings me to... we were all at the Success University event last week, and I looked at all these different companies that were there, and you know, some of them are doing $5 billion, $8 billion, $10 billion, $12 billion in sales, and I looked at all the markets that they're playing in, you know, the health and wellness, the nutraceuticals, the topicals, and I'm just sitting there, I just got to say to myself, kicking my team, going, they're playing in a market that's 500, 600 billion in global revenue, and their ideas are kind of finite. And here we are in WorldVentures, travel, 8 trillion. You know, we're the leader. There's nobody in a close second place. I mean, we are so blessed to be in here with where we're at right now. When you guys hear about some of the things we're going to do this year, I mean, this event, it's going to really blow your mind. So again, in going back, the last company I worked with, trading on the New York Stock Exchange, they were doing about $500 million a year. This is prior to WorldVentures. And I can remember Mike and Wayne, you guys have heard the story where Mike and Wayne said they met me at a coffee shop. Has anybody heard that before? They met Dan at a coffee shop, had to have him as the first CEO, and that really wasn't the story. Let me tell you the real story, okay? They actually came to my house, okay? They came to my house. I remember like it was yesterday. It was around October 15, 2005, and I said to my wife, I said, they're here. She's like, what are you talking about? I said, Wayne and Mike are here at the house. They're coming up the walkway. We were like peeking out the curtain, you know, and going, I was like, tell the dog to shut up. Tell the kids to hide. Don't answer the door. You know, they're coming. Like, she's like, what do they want? I'm like, they want to talk about that deal, you know? And I was like, I had a 10-year run with my last company. No, I'm kidding. We did meet at a coffee shop. We did meet at a coffee shop. And they were excited. And here's what hooked me on WorldVentures was I started meeting some of the people that were coming on early. I started meeting the Wes Melcher. I started meeting Jeff and Troy. I started meeting the people that are in the pit here, okay? Not all of you were there. And I looked in their eyes, and I looked in Troy's eyes, and I said, that guy wants to win. I can't even imagine Troy Brown today being cooped up in a hospital doing anesthesia, being on call 24/7. It just doesn't compute. He's on a golf course. He's traveling the world with his family. You know, he's, you know, on a beach somewhere. He's free. And that's what this is about. It's about what are we going to do this year to help more people gain that freedom, you know, to help you guys get free so you can work when you want, take off when you want. You read the menus from, you know, left to right instead of right to left. I mean, it's a great thing. We're really in the freedom business and freeing people and helping them kind of get to where they want to go. So I appreciate, you know, you guys all being here. The international people, I looked on the list. We have people from 18 different markets that traveled in from around the globe. Give them a hand. Yep. We thank you for sharing our perspective. And I can see when there's a time, because there's not another product in network marketing that's tied to travel. There's nothing else that we could sell that's going to expand globally faster. We will be in 100 countries one day. You know, it's just a matter of time, right? It is a matter of time. I'm so excited, you have no idea. We're gonna blow the lid off of this thing. Just, my gosh, it's gonna get nuts. So let me go on to a recognition that we just got. Wayne talked about it a little bit. If you could pull my DSN slide up, that'd be great. Where's my DSN? That's not it. That's not it. Oh, here we go. 2013. You guys sold your way to number 65 in the world. Number 65, $195 million in sales. Now watch this. $195 million in sales in 2013. We were at the event last week. We went from number 65 to, drum roll please, 352 million. Yeah. Number 47. Okay, in the world, 352 million. And the run rate that we're at right now, I think last month we did like 59 million. The run rate we're at right now for 2015, you guys are on pace to hit $550, $600 million in revenue. Okay, it's huge. Huge business. And I think about this, you know, there's about 3,000 network marketing companies. They start up every year worldwide. Okay, every year. So in the last 10 years, that's 30,000 companies, and we're already in the top 50, guys. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, we're in the top 50. You know, it's just, and how are we going to continue to grow? we're going to do a few things. And Wayne said this, matter of fact, the first meeting that we had, we were in Las Vegas. I'll never forget it. We got into a limo, and I don't know who all was in that limo. I know some of you guys were in the limo, and you remember Wayne Nugent looking around, and he goes, guys, how are we going to get to $1 billion? What are we going to do? Well, I'll tell you one thing we're going to do. We're going to keep our egos in check. We're going to stay humble. We're going to stay teachable. We're going to continue to listen, okay? And what we've done, and if you look at the people that are around in the field and in the home office, the common denominator is this: just a lot of nice people. Their heart's in the right place, you know, and it's a giving nature. And with that, you know, there's so much that we can accomplish. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to continue to co-create. One of my pet peeves in network marketing, and I've seen this happen over the years, is we're owners that have never done what you guys have done. They've never been belly to belly in the living rooms and the coffee shops of the world. They come out and they make some boneheaded, crazy decision in a vacuum that causes sales to drop like a 10,000-ton rock. And then they walk around and they go, well, I wonder what happened. You know, they didn't seem to really get my enhancement that I was trying to give them, right? That's what they do. And it's like, that's not going to happen here. I mean, we have a combined experience between the home office, between these leaders here. It's hundreds and hundreds of years. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to continue to co-create this business together. Are you guys with me? Yeah, so co-creation is key. Remain humble, collaborate, and, you know, Wayne said this earlier too, presence matters. I talked about it. You know, I had the last 3 or 4 years, some other things that I had to spend time on. I've cleared my calendar. I'm showing up in the home office every day, and I noticed that what's happening in the home office is I'm coming in more. Guess what? Guess who's showing up more? Wayne Nugent's there more. Key reps are there more. You know, the entire exec team is aligned. They're coming in earlier. They're staying later. And I don't think it's just because, oh, you know, the CEO's in the office. It's more that decisions are getting made quicker. When you're in the building, when you're present, I mean, I'll be walking down the hallway and I'll run into somebody, you know, run into Kathy McBray, our HR director, and we'll just have a conversation. She's like, I need this, I need that. Well, guess what? I can go, let's fix it. Let's go talk to this person. Let's make the decision. Let's get things done faster. So people are more excited, right? Because we're making decisions quickly, which is huge. So presence matters. As a matter of fact, our team is really aligned. And I've got a little video. I want to, if you guys can key this up. It's just a pendulum, and it kind of shows what pendulums do regarding alignment. You know, they're initially aligned, and then they kind of get out of alignment, and then watch what happens. This is a real pendulum with motion added to it. Now watch it. It's getting back into alignment. Okay, so aligned, then you're kind of scattering, then you get back into alignment. When you have an aligned home office, when you have an aligned field, I mean, you can do so much, so fast, and that's where we're at. And I look at the diverse backgrounds of, you know, the people that are in our company, and they've come together, they're solid, and I want to kind of take you guys through a little bit about, you know, some of our team and kind of share with you some of the team members. I don't think that you know the team. Matter of fact, if I was in the field right now, I'd be taking notes and bullet points on what I'm going to share. Some of the leaders that are in the home office. You guys need to get to know this staff. Let's just pull them up here one by one. So obviously you know Wayne. I said this earlier. Wayne is in his perfect role, his perfect spot. Some of you aren't aware, but for 8 years prior to starting WorldVentures, Wayne Nugent, he did everything in travel. Now, when I met with Wayne and he was talking about starting a travel company, I knew that he knew more about travel network marketing than anybody probably on the planet. Because for 8 years, see, WorldVentures is not, we didn't start 9.5 years ago. We started about 18 years ago. Because Wayne was in travel network marketing for 8 years prior to starting the company. As a rep, as a consultant, as a previous owner of another company, as, you know, he did it all. okay? And so he knew what to do, he knew what not to do, and he's in his perfect spot as Chief Visionary Officer leading the charge. So CVO, co-founder, couldn't give it up enough for Mr. Wayne Nugent. Yeah. Guy's brilliant. Trust me on this one. Wayne, he will never sell a share of his stock in the company. You will see Wayne Nugent at 100 years old coming out here in a wheelchair. We'll get him up on crutches, right? And he'll be going, now let me tell you about prospecting a new person. I mean, this guy he's in for the long haul, okay? Next is Mr. Asquay. We wouldn't be here today without Mike Asquay. He couldn't be with us this weekend, but I think of some of the most brilliant ideas that have been shared, that have rung the cash register within WorldVentures, came and started with Mike, and then the team rallied around them. You know, co-founder, great visionary as well, and just love him so much. He's a board member today, and our past CEO, obviously. Next is Eddie Head. What can I say about Eddie? Eddie's been the most valuable player of WorldVentures more years than I can count. And again, the guy's so creative. He's amazing. Him and I are kind of locked at the hip. We've actually taken the home office and we divided and conquered. I have like 4 direct reports. He reports to me. Then the other 3 C-team leaders report to him. And just an amazing individual, tons of experience. I could go through, I mean, I have a list on my notes screen that's so long of ideas that he's come up with that have helped you guys build your business. It would take me like a half an hour to go through it. And I'm going to bring him out here in a little bit. Next, Mr. John McKellum. Yeah. John and I, John's an amazing individual. Some of you don't know this, but this guy and I go back like 25 years. He actually built 3 separate distributorships with other companies in network marketing to like the IMD position, okay? So he did that. He knows what you do, and now he's obviously the president of International. He was with Marriott running a $200 million division. He joined Rexall Showcase, Rexall Sundown when they were doing $500,000 a year as the vice president of operations, took them up to $160 million a year, and we couldn't be here without him as well. So we've got an incredible talent in the home office. Roberto Canales, our CFO, you know, every home office has, we kind of call him, well, we don't call him Grandpa, but he's just a staple in the home office. I mean, the guy is amazing, and you know, every company needs somebody in finance that's competent, they're trustworthy, and they know how to call BS on expenses. They know how to look at the expenses, manage the checkbook. We have a pretty large checkbook, as you can imagine, and he's really my right-hand guy when it comes to numbers, how we're tracking, what we're doing. Couldn't do it without him as well. You're going to hear a lot about this next individual, our Chief Technology Officer, Mike Remedios. No, you guys got to give it up for Mike. Yeah. I got a crystal ball. I got a crystal ball. Trust me. The next 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it might be longer than that, he will be getting the most valuable player award within our company. I mean, he is brilliant. He's been in the networking industry, all the new things. You're going to hear from Mike this weekend about our technology platform, how we're going to be able to scale this company to 5, 10 billion and beyond. And every time I'm in a meeting with him, he's the brightest guy in the room. I mean, I can remember just a few months ago, we're all sitting in a room, we're thinking about, you know, how do we solve this problem, that problem. Mike comes in and goes, just do this and this, all you got to do. And we're like, we've been sitting here for an hour. Where you been, bud? You know? And he's like, oh, it's simple. You know, just this. I mean, the guy, his mind is unbelievable. You're going to enjoy everything that he's going to share with you this weekend. He's just phenomenal. Next is our Chief Marketing Officer, Janice Jackson. Janice, major networking background. She actually helped Visalis. You guys have heard of that company. She joined them as her CMO when they were doing $100 million a year, helped take them to $600 million a year, did all the branding. And the only reason they went down is because she left. You know, she's with us now, right? Now we're going up, right? So, incredible individual. She'll be with us all weekend. Next, please. Johnny. Johnny, she's supposed to be Johnny on the spot, okay? Janet Weil. So I don't have her picture. Janet runs our entire legal department. She's forgot more about opening MLM companies around the globe than most attorneys will ever know. I mean, the lady is brilliant. I mean, we're in what, 29 markets now, guys? You know, soon to be, sky's the limit. Couldn't do anything we're doing without her. Next, Mr. Kyle Lowe. Kyle, yeah, give it up for Kyle. You guys know around the globe you wouldn't be here without Kyle. I can't say enough about him. I mean, guy's amazing, phenomenal heart. I just love him and everything he's done. He's been in the industry for a long time. He knows what he's doing, knows his stuff. Next is our new director of HR, Kathy McBrayer. Give it up for Kathy. You know, she's putting systems in place in the home office to scale our head count. If we got to go to 3,000, 4,000 employees, guys, she worked for 20-something years at EDS, HR. She knows everything the big boys do, the multi-billion-dollar companies, how to grow a team internally with the right culture, with the right vision, with the right processes. Can't say enough about her. Last but not least is Gwyneth Lloyd, who runs the foundation. Now, I thought I had a big network, okay? Gwyneth is not from the networking industry, but in a sense she is. When she served on the board of Girl Scouts of America, although it's not a traditional network marketing company, those little girls, they sell $750 million in cookies in 6 weeks, right? And between the Girl Scouts and the parents, she had $2.5 million in her organization. So she's looking at us and going, you guys bring it on. You know, bring it on. I mean, you're just getting started. Okay, now, I'm going to save Mark for last because he's going to train. But, guys, I'm just going to run through a few things real quick. Check this out. So, in 2015, get to my budget slide. In 2015, our operating expenses for the year are $111 million. Now, this is where most owners of network marketing companies say, let's do a big distribution. Let's go buy some yachts and planes. Wayne and I and Mike, we've not taken one distribution in 9.5 years. This is what we're spending this year, $80 million on your future. New product enhancements, new technology, apps, systems, tools. $80 million is being spent. We're spending more money this year than the last 5 years combined on you guys, okay? New growth, yeah. And product is the key. It's my goal for all of you to be sitting here 3, 4, 5 years from now, and you're going, the product is so valuable. So many people are buying it as a standalone, and that's the acid test of whether you have a real business or not. How many people are buying your product, paying for it month in, month out, year in, year out, without, and I repeat, without getting into the business, okay? So your future looks like this. A year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. You're going, yeah, I got 47,000 active reps, but I got 600,000 active customers, okay? Right. That's value. So the money we're spending is going to create that, you know, and I'm so excited about just you guys, what we're going to be launching here over the next few months so you can become a mobilepreneur to an nth degree. I'm telling you, for those that are new, you haven't missed anything but the growing pains, okay? I mean, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're spending big money, and we're all getting aligned. And one of the things that I've been drilling into the home office is this. And this is kind of the new talk around the company. Everything we do, we put your interests first. We realize that, guys, nothing happens, you know, without you. we don't have a company without you. So you guys are the heart and soul of our business. I mean, you really are. You're it. You are the heart and soul of the business. I'm not in the field. Wayne's not in the field. It's all about you. You guys are it. You've sacrificed, other careers and things you can do to be here. But I want you to understand this as well. In my first company, when a home office employee comes in, they used to actually show the employee the business that they were foregoing. Now, can you imagine that? A customer service person comes into that company and they would say, we have to show you the biz op, because once you become an employee, you're not going to be allowed to be a rep. So they would show them the biz op, and the employee would decide, they would say, okay, I still want the customer service job. So my point is this, is that it's a partnership, okay? The staff that's internal, they've foregone the opportunity to be a support player so you guys can have an unlimited income. Does that make sense? Yeah. So what I want you to do this weekend as you run into our staff, man, give them a hug, give them a high five. They're doing a great job. They're doing their part. You guys have an opportunity to have unlimited income with this company, as you guys are evidenced by what's happened with our leadership. So we share with them, look, without the field, you don't have a job, okay? But without you, they don't have the support. See, nothing happens. If you guys don't sell something, then nothing happens, right? But if they don't support you, make the product better, nothing happens. So you understand the partnership that we have together as a team. Okay, lastly, what I want to do is bring out a few individuals. One, and again, I said this earlier, I'm connected at the hip with this guy. He is just been our most valuable player for such a long time, and he's actually been promoted. Some of you aren't aware, WorldVentures has a holding company, and then we have our travel company, we have a few other entities, and we have our marketing company, and Mr. Eddie Head has been the president of WorldVentures Marketing, but Mr. Eddie Head now has been elevated to work with me side by side. Please help me welcome to the stage the new president of WorldVentures Holdings, Mr.